How we doing, guys? Welcome to the preview and the predicted lineup. Arsenal against Manchester City, and it is another huge game. We know how big our games are at the start of the season. It's been very well documented, and they just keep on coming. And this is going to be another big test. Now, Manchester City are not the side they were a couple of years ago, but they're still a very good side, and they can still cause you a lot of problems. And I was looking at the, build up to this game and thinking about where the threats lie and where they're going to be dangerous. And the obvious one is Erling Haaland. Right now, he's on fire, scoring goals, free will. But there's somebody else in this Man City team that worries me more. And his name is Donnarumma. This guy, I still have nightmares because of him. That semi-final of the Champions League against Paris Saint-Germain, the saves he made in that, he turned into Superman over the two legs. I think of that save in the second leg from Odegaard. I think of the save from Trossard. I think of late in that game in Paris, the save from Saka. Multiple saves over and over and over. And he's gone in at Man City, 2 games already, 2 clean sheets. And I'm thinking, oh no, not this guy again. Now, the game against Napoli in the Champions League, that was a bit of a mismatch in a sense that Napoli went down to 10 men after about 20 minutes. So he was never going to have a lot to do. But when you look at his, debut last week, Manchester derby, and there was one save in particular, I think it was from Mbumo. Most keepers, that's gone past him. It's a goal. So if there's one person that worries me, it's him because of what he's capable of doing. And if he can frustrate you at the other end, whilst Erling Haaland can do what he does at that end, that's what worries me. Man City do have injuries. The likes of Marmoush and Cherki are all injured. They've got other problems defensively. Ignori, I believe, is out injured as well. So, listen, they've got some problems. What are they going to do with Rodri? Played 60 minutes on Thursday. Is he going to be able to, get more minutes so quickly after that game in his legs? Probably, to be fair. I think he'll probably start the game. But a lot of it is mind games between Pep and Arteta. And, when I was just speaking then as well about Man City playing Thursday, I've seen a lot of people mentioning that we played on Tuesday night in the Champions League. Man City had to play Thursday and everything else. I'll cast your mind back to a year ago where Arsenal had to play Atalanta away on a Thursday night in the Champions League. And we had to come back and 3 days later play Man City at the Etihad. Nobody was kicking up a fuss then. Nobody was crying from the rooftops then and saying how unfair it was. Swings and roundabouts. At least Man City had a home game on Thursday night and they didn't have to travel to Italy. So, listen, at the end of the day, we've got our own injuries as well. We don't know whether Odegaard and Saka and whatnot are going to be involved. Listen, at the end of the day, it's going to be a really interesting game. We beat them 5-1 at the Emirates last season. And I think that if there's one thing I've seen from Man City this season, it's that defensively, they're still very poor. And if we play on the front foot and we play aggressively, then we can expose those weaknesses. Being the home side, we have to take the game to them. But also, they need the respect they deserve. And Erling Haaland is going to be another big battle with Gabriel. But Gabriel loves that kind of stuff. So no Kevin De Bruyne, of course. A guy that's always performed against us. So we don't have to worry about him. But yeah, it's just going to be interesting how they set up, how they play. Will they still try and be expansive? Will they still try and play how Man City always play? They did last season. And like I said, they got slapped 5-1 as a result. So will Pep play a little bit more reserved? I don't think it's in his nature. And teams that do try and go toe-to-toe with Arsenal, when you do, you come unstuck. So it's going to be a really interesting game. I'm really looking forward to it. And with that said, let's go and get into the lineup. In goal, David Raya. Straightforward, very simple. Right back will be Jurriën Timber. Big player. Big player. Best right back in the Premier League by an absolute mile. And you're probably looking at him against Doku. And he's got a bag of tricks and everything else, but I've got no issues at all. I think that Timber will deal with him. Right centre-back. Now, this is where there will be some questions. And who are we going to play there? I will go with William Saliba. William Saliba is one of the best defenders in the world. Forget the Premier League, the world. If he's fit and he's ready, he starts the game. For as well as Mascara's been doing, you've got to play your best players. And he will get there. And if he continues doing what he's doing, listen, we're playing against a very in-form Erling Haaland. And it's a different level. And Saliba and Gabriel, as a pairing, know how to handle him. They know how to take care of him. So if he's fit and available, which I believe he is, he plays the game. It's that simple. Alongside him, Gabriel, I don't need to say anymore. He's going to relish this kind of battle against Haaland, and Haaland's going to be really up for it. He's going to want to get his own back from what happened at the Emirates last season. But Gabriel, if you want to fight him, go ahead, because he'll be ready for it. Left back, I believe it will be Calafiori. I don't know what Man City are going to do. Will it be the likes of Silva out there? That will be really beneficial to Calafiori if he's not going up against someone tricky and, you know, has got pace, but could well play Savinho, couldn't he? But I don't know. But yeah, it'd be an interesting one. But listen, Calafiori plays, and it's as simple as that. Next up, we have Martin Zubimendi. Again, a very straightforward one. Will be key to dictating the play. Yeah, he will be key to dealing with the likes of Phil Foden. Next to him, Declan Rice. Big performance needed. I think he's been a bit below par in a couple of games early in the season. But at the end of the day, Declan Rice is a big game player. And this is a big game. So it's that simple. On the right-hand side, Noni Madueke. I feel that if Saka is available, he would be on the bench. Not enough to start. And why would you? Madueke's doing a lot right. And if Man City have got some weaknesses, they've got a really good young lad in the left-back position. And I think he's a really good player from what I've seen of him. But let Madueke go at him. And then if Saka's on the bench and he's absolutely fine, 20 minutes to go, you bring him off the bench. Let's see how good this kid really is. In that number 10 position, I'm going to base this off the fact that I feel that Martin Odegaard will not be available and only fit enough for the bench. So I'm going to go with Eberechi Eze. I feel that if he's playing, you play him in that position and let him create and let him do what he does in that area, cause damage. It's that simple. On the left-hand side, I feel that we would go with Martinelli. I think it's tried and tested with Arteta. We'll have the work rate and he will be buzzing. To be honest, him or Trossard, either of them will be buzzing after their performance in the Champions League, a goal and assist apiece. But Martinelli, hopefully that goal and the assist that he got and the way he took his man on will do him the world of good. And if Eze has to play in that 10, then I'd play Martinelli there. If Odegaard is back, then Eze will go out there. But this is based on Odegaard not being fit and available. Up front as the main striker, Victor Gyökeres. I thought I saw some really good signs of what he's doing in that Champions League game, but the head injury caught up with him. He's absolutely fine. He's in training. Everything's normal. There's no concussion or anything else. But at the end of the day, these are the kind of games you buy a player like him for. So last time he played Man City, he scored a hat-trick. So Man City will be all too aware of him. And if they try and, leave their self open at the back, he will certainly exploit that. But Yeah, that's very, very simple. So listen, there we go. That is the preview and the predicted lineup. Let me know in the comment section whether you agree or disagree. And of course, if you're new around here, hit the subscribe button, smash a like on this video, and I will see you lot very soon. I'm out of here.